Holiday rollovers. We need to log on as a standard user. At the end of the year comes a time when you need to roll over the annual holidays. You need to close down the year that's ending and start up the new year. Before you do that, you will need to do some housekeeping. Housekeeping task number 1, reconciling holidays used. Some employees may not have used up all their holiday entitlement. I'm sure that you will have been keeping track of this on a regular basis, and so there should be no major surprises, but decisions might have to be made. You might have a policy that no unused holidays are to be carried over, or that they can, or that only a certain number of days can be carried over. HR Complete Manager helps you cope with these situations quickly and simply. Let's look at the situation at the end of 2025 in our training database. We are logged in as a standard user, and we'll look at the holiday reports. Reports, employees. There are 2 useful reports to look at. Holidays Current Status Report. Let's view it on the screen. This report shows all employees listed alphabetically and grouped by department. Let's take a look at the top person, Mr. Mark Jones. It's showing that he has 28 days holiday in year 2025. He has 0 holidays carried over from 2024, which means he has a total of 28. And he has used up 28 days, so there are 0 remaining days. As we look down this report, everyone is 0 all the way down until we get to sales. Philippa Murphy has 5 holidays remaining. Kilroy Smith has 2, and Johan Cruyff has 1. On the next page, Jacqueline Pownell has -3 days, which means she has used 3 days too many. How can that happen? How can it be that someone have used too many days? Well, normally you probably wouldn't have people overbooking their holiday, but you might have a policy where it's allowable under certain circumstances. In this training system, she had used up all her holiday entitlement and then had a late reason to book 3 more days, maybe a family emergency, and so used up too many. You and your business are free to do this or treat the situation in some other way. Either way, you are now in the situation at the end of 2025 where you have to make a decision how you're going to manage these. At this point, I would personally choose to print off this report and file it somewhere and attach a short document describing what actions were taken to reconcile the balances. Let's look at another report. The Holidays Underbooked, Overbooked report. This report is the same as the previous one, except it only has those holidays that are out of balance. Now that we've got up-to-date information, we can investigate these more closely and make a management decision on that basis. Okay, let's assume a decision has been taken. The act of rolling over the holidays is something that is done by the super user. So let's log off and log on as super user. Now we can look at the second housekeeping task we need to do, and that is to create the new year. Housekeeping task number 2, creating the new year. Before we can create holidays for the new year, we need to make sure that that year exists in the system. The training system is currently 2025 and will be rolling over to 2026, so we have to make sure that 2026 exists in the system. We choose lookups, time, years. As we can see at the top, we have year 2013, which started on the 1st of Jan 2013 and ended on 31st of December. We can see that it is currently closed and was followed by 2014. Likewise, all the way down to 2025, which is the year we're interested in. This starts on the 1st of January and ends on the 31st of December, and is currently open and succeeded by 2026. We can see that 2026 has already been created and is open. If this year did not exist, we would not be able to add holiday records and would not be able to roll over, so we would need to add it. In this case, in this training system, it was added earlier in the year to enable people to book 2026 holidays in advance. So at this point, the years 2025 and 2026 are both open, and we do not need to create 2026. Rolling over the holiday year. Let's go back through the switchboard to administrative tools. And year-end holiday rollover, number 6. This opens the holiday rollover form. You will notice that this is a pop-up form. It means that it is the sole focus and you cannot click on anything else. You have to do something with this form, even if it's just to exit from it. We use pop-up forms when something needs your undivided attention, like logging on or changing a password, something that is kind of urgent. In this form, you are presented with 3 options for rolling over, and there's a recommendation to run the holidays unbooked report, which we just did. In this case, we have printed off all the reports, discussed them with management, and their decision was that we should carry over all over and under bookings to the next year. So let's select option 2. We click the button to confirm. The rollover is now complete, so let's look at the same report. We can see that we are now looking at 2026. The year has been rolled over, and everyone has their full allowance of holidays. And these 3 individuals, Philippa Murphy, has carried over 5 from last year, Kilroy Smith has carried 2 over, and Johan Cruyff has carried over 1. And if you go to the second page, Jacqueline Pownell has had her holiday, her overbooking, allowed for. So instead of 28 days, she now has 25. Let's exit from this report. One final thing. At some point, you will wish to close down 2025. Let's go and edit the lookups. Time, years. You might want to close it down now. Thank you for watching.